Pinoy Impact Biggest Stage 2025. I'm Lorna Quezon Datario, honored to be your host for today for the Pinoy Impact Biggest Stage 2025. On behalf of the organizing committee, we would like to welcome everyone and thank you for joining with us today this very momentous occasion.
Hello everyone! Welcome to Pinoy Impact Hong Kong. I'm Laila Vergara Tungkob. I'm one of the mentors of Pinoy Impact. And I'd like to introduce a little bit about this organization. It's founded by Sheila and Catalina. And as one of the mentors, I have seen the transformation of the speakers. You know, they were shaking, they were trembling, they were crying. But after they have been empowered by a lot of mentors, and look at them now, you will see their confidence. You will see how they have been transformed to have an even better life. So I am really, really happy to be part of this organization, helping and empowering more Filipinos to become more confident and to acquire and hone their public speaking skills.
Let's bow our heads and put ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing everyone here safely. We are gathered here today for this wonderful and beautiful purpose. We become to you today grateful for this opportunity to gather, learn, and grow together in the arts of communication.
Listening to migrants leader speak at events and conversations made me more curious. I began to wonder, how can I help to shape them into such impactful leaders? How can I help to develop the confidence and clarity to lead their communities? That question led me work with Sheila Quincino and notable leaders here in Hong Kong. We began with very little, only shared belief that voices of migrants in Hong Kong deserves to be heard. And that leadership can be nurtured through storytelling and connection. From that belief, Pinoy Impact was born. Over the past 7 years, Pinoy Impact has grown.
To our guests, co-founders, mentors,
everyone.
members, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Pinoy Impact Community Hong Kong was established in 2018, and it is dedicated to empowering migrants communities through leadership and storytelling. In the year 2023, I received a call if I want to learn and play chess. Wow, chess! I am alive and excited. I joined Pinoy Chess Community Hong Kong. After a few months, one of the co-founder, Gintor, invited me to join a workshop training, train a tenor, led by one of the champions in public speaking. At first, I hesitant to join, but Ma'am Cat kept pushing me. Then, after 3 days, why I don't want to try? So, after a week, I received a registration form from the Pinoy Impact Community Hong Kong to be a member. And in my first day, we have another workshop training. It is a full force by the co-founders and the mentors. But seems like I'm in the middle of nowhere. I can't fully understand what is the story's titles and the subtitle. And how can I just start to make my own story? It's a lot of question in my mind. But through to our dedicated mentors, they guide us and learn step by step. Little by little, I started to make my own story. But it is very hard for me. But there's a saying that you cannot get anything just in one click. The harder you work for something, the greater you feel when you achieve it. And now, I become a founding president of Pinoy Impact Community Hong Kong to improve my knowledge, my confidence about public speaking, and learn more leadership and storytelling. And I hope all of you will enjoy to share your unforgettable and inspirable stories with us. We will continue our journey to inspire, motivate, invite others to join us to discover their hidden talent. Thank you.
Understand Tagalog. Ana, Wesley, Coach. Well, so 3. Okay pa ba? Okay? And Erica as well. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I still have energy. Yes. And you still have energy. We're almost done. We're almost done. Embracing challenges, transforming trials into triumphs. Batch 3 has lived and experienced this theme. Let me share you 3 examples. Last year, when I prepared for the Chess Olympiad, I asked my friend to handle batch 3. It was going well, but during the process, she also she encountered challenges, and so we left batch 3 hanging. And then another experience is, as Ate Lorna said, the goal of Pinoy Impact, the goal of Pinoy Chess is sustainability. So as much as possible, I don't want to be the one doing things. So you can see me at the back because my goal is for them to continue even though I am not here anymore in Hong Kong. But then for some reason, I became the instant chairman. I had instant noodle and instant coffee every day. And then the last one, it was the visit of WIPA. Of all the days, of all Sundays, why WIPA visited us on July 20th? The original date of big stage. So supposedly, it's a bigger venue. It's in Bayanihan. There's a stage. But then, because of WIPA, that's why it's rescheduled today. But I can say that despite all these challenges, with the help of core team Ate Kat, Ate Emmy, Ate Majes, Ate Fe, Mentor Laila, with the help of council members, with the help of our dedicated volunteers, we have transformed trials into triumphs. To tell you the truth, it's not always happy days. There are days that when I'm so tired, I ask myself, why should I even care? There's no venue and then cancel the event entirely. It's easier, right? I don't have time to attend meetings on Sunday. Why don't I text the presidents? No time, no meetings, easier, right? And officers, they have conflicts. Members, sometimes they don't attend. It's easier to say, stop Pinoy Impact, stop Pinoy Chess. Easier, right? But each time I ask these questions, I also found the answer. And the answer is my why. The big why. As an overseas Filipino worker for almost 20 years, I experienced being alone. I experienced being away from home. And so I promised myself that I will do my part, even if it is small. And that part is to build a community. Our members know that we are only using storytelling and chess as tools. But our underlying goal is far greater than that. And that is to build the community. A community, when we go there, we are recharged after a week of hard work. A community that homesickness is reduced. A community where we support one another. Ladies and gentlemen, it's easier to quit when we encounter challenges. But I encourage you to embrace challenges because when we do that, trials will transform into triumphs. Thank you. So I hope I didn't fail you that but they're still better than me, of course. Back to you, MC.
Thank you, Coach Sheila, for that closing speech. Time flies. I cannot believe it's already time to say goodbye. But before we leave, we would like to present certificate to our speaker, mentor, guest speaker, and volunteers. We will fast again. Time to Coach Sheila to give souvenirs and certificate to participants and volunteers. Coach Sheila, please.
Yes, thank you, thank you. So this is not I'm the chairman, but actually we have core team. So four of them, and then we also have council members. So that's the secret when you are leading. You are not doing things. But when there are problems, of course, you're the one to step in. So now let me call in Ate Emmy and Ate Majes.
Ako po si Consul Von Ryan Ferreira. Ako po ay ang number 2 sa consulate. Nandito na po ang ating Consul General, Romulo Victor Israel. So ako po ay hindi acting head. Mukhang luma po yung naibigay na designation ko. Kanina nga ang introduction, active head. So ako po ang deputy ng ating butihing Consul General, Romulo Victor Israel Jr. Ako po ay 2 months pa lamang dito sa Hong Kong, kaya ako po ay marami po sa inyo. Malamang ako ay first time ninyo nakita. My apologies to our foreign guests. I am speaking in our vernacular for our Kababayans here in Hong Kong. Very impressive event. Big stage. Congratulations to all the organizers. And I feel obliged to also tell my story. Meron po akong prepared speech pero na-inspire nyo ako. So, I will indulge your storytelling culture here in Pinoy Impact Big Stage event. Mamaya po yan, mamaya. Mag-start po tayo. Gagayahin ko din yan. Mag-start po tayo. Tinuturo ba yan? To release the tension. Kaya kailangan nyo stage mapping. Very good. Galing-galing ng mga mentors niyo. Mag-start po ako sa self-talk matters. Nakinig ako . Self-talk matters. So ako po ay lawyer by profession. Nag-start po akong mag-decide to tell myself that I want to become a lawyer nung ako ay grade 6. Grade 6 in elementary. Tinatanong po ako ng aking teacher, what do you want to become when you are old enough? So ang sinabi ko po, I want to be a lawyer. So since grade 6, I only had one course in mind kasi back then, 1990s po, very popular for those who want to become a lawyer. Anong course? Galing, political science. Unknowingly, if you graduate from political science, there is very little room for your career. Usually, pag hindi ka naging lawyer, you would be a teacher. So, pero as it is, yun po ang aking decision since grade 6, Poli-Sci. So when I passed the UPCAT, I was in UP. I finished political science in 3 years. Wow, galing. But of course, magmo-move on po ako doon sa ating second speech. Embrace your failures. Kahit po ako, sa tingin ko, magaling ako, natapos ko ang course ko in 3 years, ako po ay bumagsak sa law aptitude exam. I didn't make it on my first try to get into the law school of UP. So yun po ang aking failure, which I embraced, and I waited for 1 more year to try again to get into the UP College of Law, and thankfully, with my perseverance and better review practices, ako po ay nakapasok sa UP College of Law. And eventually, ako po ay nakatapos ng law degree ko in 10 years. 10 years po. Ganun po ang aking perseverance kasi po ako ay isang working student. So ako po ay nag-aaral sa UP while I was also a research specialist in foreign relations at the Foreign Service Institute. So ako po ay nagbabiyahe from Makati to Quezon City every day through the MRT. So when I say that the struggle is real, I know the struggle is real because I've been through it every day for almost 10 years. So ang clincher sa akin pong life story, my pathway. Nakinig. So, nag-start po ako, Poli-Sci, grade 6, UP Law, 10 years law school. But now, I am here in front of you all as a career diplomat. Kahit po sa Pilipinas, tanungin niyo yung mga kids, nobody will tell you, I want to be a diplomat when I grow up. It's not a popular career. Unless, of course, ang parents nila ay diplomats. But this is my path. I'm here in front of you now, being inspired by your members to tell about my story. This is my path, and I embraced it. And I am very privileged as an 11-year career diplomat. I have been assigned in Saudi Arabia. Ako po ay very familiar sa concerns ng mga OFWs because I am also a son of an OFW. So I wish to tell all of you, congratulations po sa inyong perseverance, sa inyong pagtsatsaga, pagsusumikap, pagsasakripisyo para sa inyong mga pamilya. Para po sa konsulado, kayo pong lahat, aside from being workers, kayo po ay mga partners ng consulate. Because every event that you organize, you do not only organize an event, you build confidence, you build communities, and you build families. So salamat po sa inyong lahat. Sana po kayo ay patuloy na magtagumpay sa inyong mga activities, and sana po lahat ng inyong members ay patuloy sa inyong self-development, and may all of you be blessed with success and continuing fortune. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay po kayong lahat.
Okay, thank you.
Today, she will let us hear her speech titled, Self-Talk Matters. Please give her a warm round of applause, Miss Marife Bacalso Gula. Self-Talk Matters. Miss Marife Bacalso Gula.
Self-talk matters. Do you believe in the law of attraction? Anybody? The law of attraction is a belief that if you think or talk positively, you'll get positive results. And if you think or talk negatively, you'll get negative results. I'd like to take you back 3 years ago to when I joined the rugby team. I had zero idea what this sport was about. I have never been interested in participating in any sports. I have a fear of physical pain. Rugby requires a lot of running back and forth, and it's a high risk of getting hurt or even injured. Thankfully, I fell in love with the sport. This sport requires both stamina and good decision making. I was doing okay during my first few sessions, but I became indecisive. I couldn't focus, and picking up instructions seemed so difficult to me. This seemed easy to the newcomers. I became the coach favorite, by the way. I am always the first one who gets called for punishment. He goes like this: "You're not paying attention. Push up. You're not focused. Push up." I was at the verge of quitting, thinking, this sport is not for me. And there was pressure from peers. I realized I'd been putting myself down whenever I got told, oh, you must be a good player. This sport is tough. I would always answer with, I am a slow learner. I never knew back then that self-talk matters. I challenged myself to keep going and shifted my negative self-talk into something uplifting, such as, I am good at this. Repeating some positive affirmations changed my performance and boosted my self-esteem. We become what we think of ourselves. The words and thoughts that we choose become our reality. We've trained our mind to look for problems instead of possibilities. If you say, hanggang ganito na lang ako, tatanda na ako bilang helper, that is an affirmation. Why not say, my life will change for the better. I'll put up a business and it's gonna be successful. Now that is planting seed, especially when you write it down. You had elevated your mood, you become hopeful for the future, and you never know. You are stepping close to a new reality. You'd be looking forward that tomorrow will bring even greater transformation. Attraction is from energy also. Have you noticed when you're angry? You attract more reasons to be angry, right? Shift into saying something that will serve you better. I never thought I would come this far playing rugby. I recently became the team manager. I was asked to accept the position 2 years ago, but was hesitant because I didn't think I could manage a team or handle issues. But I thought to myself, what is this trying to teach me? Instead of saying, what am I getting from this? I realized asking better questions will guide you in your decision making. Having a title doesn't give me an ego boost. It just makes me feel accountable or compassionate. And I try not to get involved in gossip to be reliable. I used to say what got into my head first whenever I was triggered by annoying comments. But now, I practice pausing and processing what was said. I realize not everything needs a reaction. Reaction and response are different. Reaction is immediate action driven by emotion, while response considers potential outcome. I've learned all this from embracing challenges. Being part of the rugby team and public speaking is something I thought I could not do. I am grateful I persisted. I did not quit. This has been a massive self-growth for me. I urge you to pay attention on your internal dialogue. Change how you speak to yourself. Have inner kindness. Have self-belief. Make these changes and start seeing better things unfolding your way. Being positive doesn't mean ignoring negative things. It means overcoming them. Remember, self-talk matters. You can't change or control everything, but you can change and control you.
working Hong Kong for 3 years. She is actively engaged in Pathfinders, married grantwriters of Hong Kong, Enrich. During her leisure time, she loves reading books, doing exercise, journaling, and volunteering. Today, she will delivering her speech titled Turning Point. Please join me in giving her a warm of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Aiko Amora Pugoy, Turning Point, Turning Point. Aiko Amora Pugoy.
Have you ever failed that felt like the end of the road? What if I told you that this could actually be the spark into something extraordinary? Every failures, every mistakes, every major messed up can be the best thing ever happened to you if you learned from it. Let me share my story of how devastation turned to my greatest determination. It's still vivid in my memories when I had an opportunity to work in Taiwan. For me, that's the big thing because it is a way so I can give a better life for my family. I start dreaming of beautiful things as I walk into that medical room to complete my requirements to work abroad. I envision the beautiful sceneries, the take-home money if I will finish my contract, and the chance so I can give back to my parents. I was so excited. But those dreams in my mind shattered when the doctor announced that I was pregnant. All those excitement became fear because of how will I pursue my dreams to work abroad in this kind of situation. More so, how can I bring a child into this world where the father was earning below minimum? We don't have enough savings for ourselves and then raise a child. I was so scared. I felt like I am drowning into the sea of uncertainties. The heavy weight pressed down on me. It was suffocating. But maybe motherhood is one of the miracles of God because even I am not ready and it wasn't part of my bigger plans, but God gave me the strength to overcome and to embrace this kind of gift to become a mother. That was my turning point, a moment of realization that changed everything. Instead of viewing my unplanned pregnancy as a setback, I began to see it as an opportunity for me to learn, to grow, and to redefine what success truly meant for me. As I journey as a mother, I commit myself to teach my daughter of how important the failure in life is as well as the win of life. I envision a future where she grows up knowing her worth, embracing her own journey, and learning that every setback is a setup for a comeback. I want her to understand that life may present challenges, but with perseverance and determination, all those challenges can lead to an extraordinary outcomes. Thus, became a mother is one of my greatest achievements and blessings. Ladies and gentlemen, if you felt like you've failed, I want to say this. Embrace your failures. When you stumble, do not dwell on the fall. Allow those experiences to teach you, to mold you, and to guide you to become a better version of you. You have the power to redefine your path and use those mistakes as a stepping stone toward a brighter tomorrow. Remember, you are not what you did. You are who you choose to become. As we reflect on our own journeys, I invite you. What failures will you choose to learn from? How you will turn them as a stepping stone toward a brighter future? Thank you.
It is an honor to introduce our next speaker, who hails from the province of La Union, and she's been working here in Hong Kong for 5 years. She actively engaged with organizations like Enrich Hong Kong, Pathfinders, Pinoy Impact Hong Kong, and Pinoy Chess Community Hong Kong. She enjoys hiking, listening music, and inspirational speech. Today, she will be delivering her speech titled, My Pathways. Please join me in giving her a warm welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, Ermalyn Neberida. My pathways, Ermalyn Neberida.
Has any one of you considered the idea of giving up of life due to overwhelming challenges? Yes. Have you ever faced insurmountable struggle that made you question your purpose and worth? Today, let me take you back to my path to life. Path marked by resilience, perseverance, and relentless pursuit for a better life. At the age of 3, I found myself in a broken family. When I started primary school, my life was like a trekking adventure. In order to reach the school, I needed to conquer 6 kilometers walk, crossing the streams, and being brave through winding pathways. Each morning was tough, but the thought of staying at home to help in household chores, for me, was even less appealing. My mother's voice served as my alarm clock, urging me to rise. Linlen, bumangon ka na dyan. Kanina pa kita ginikising, tanghali na. Dami pa tayong gawain. Naantok pa ako eh. Parang ayaw kong pumasok sa school ngayon. Pero sigurado, isasama na naman ako ni Mama doon sa bukid. So as I grow older, life threw me more responsibilities in my way. And every mistake I have done came with consequences. I spent many nights in tears and screaming in silence, questioning my existence and pleading to heaven. But I'm still afraid to commit violence against myself. Instead, I starved myself and cried most of the nights. But was crying able to help me? If only this could be enough to make me disappear, perhaps I wouldn't be here today anymore. I wish I had learned these issues during my long walks to school, from grade 1 to grade 6. I stumbled, I survived, and I keep going. During my high school is another challenges. I was ridiculed. Someone was told me I'm not intelligent because I cannot able to make up a concept. In addition, teachers labeled our class as idiot and stupid. From that point, I feel small, become more timid, and afraid to speak up. Despite those humiliation, I didn't give up. I study hard, no high grades, but no failing grades either. I didn't make to be the best, but I just had to keep going. After 2 years in my high school, my 2 siblings moved to town to pursue the primary education. My siblings and my mother's side. We stayed together in one boarding house. Later on, I need to be a working student, juggling my studies and taking care of them. Although sometimes I fell asleep in the class, I persevered and graduated. Afterward, I moved to Baguio, working as a sales lady in the canteen. I breathed fresh air. I felt liberated. I embraced the new experiences and friendships. In such time, I was in the relationship of 2 years. Despite the excitement of the new environment, I faced crossroad in my relationship. I was in the notion of love is blind. And some people say, first love never dies. Since it was my first love, then I didn't let it die la. Yes, at the age of 19, I found myself saying I do. I never thought the potential consequences. Getting married at early age had its challenges. It wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. But you know what? I didn't regret. I felt it was my break free from the past and focus into the present. My past hardships became my superpower, giving me the resilience to navigate the complexities of family life. Looking back at my journey gives me the insight that my past played a big part in my life. It motivates me to keep moving forward because I'm not done yet in my self-growth. I'm still on the path finding the better version of myself by embracing challenges of the present and the future with enthusiasm and determination. Ladies and gentlemen, our life is like driving a car. You have your side view mirror and the rear view mirror. The people who left scars in us are our side view mirror. Our past experiences that steers our feelings and emotions are our rear view mirror. We needed this side view mirror and the rear view mirror where it encourages us of self-awareness. Therefore, we are the driver in this journey. We need to glance our side view mirror and the rear view mirror. This can help us to determine which pathways we are going. Thank you.
Today, she will be delivering her speech entitled From Struggles to Strength, A Journey of Resilience and Hope. Please join me to welcome her, ladies and gentlemen, Cecil Morales. From Struggles to Strength, A Journey of Resilience and Hope. From Struggles to Strength, A Journey of Resilience and Hope, Cecil Morales.
How prepared are you when you decided to work abroad? Are you ready to face the challenges? Is it a good choice? Pain is not a punishment. It is a teacher. That's what I realized working in abroad. Cecil, no matter how hard life is, don't give up. Remember that. Those were the exact lines that my father shared me in the verge of giving up. At my young age, I was handled responsibilities that you can't imagine to help lessen my parents' burden. As early as the age of 6, I was able to cook rice using firewoods, pick some pagita flowers in my neighborhood to earn money. And after school, we have to pick firewood somewhere with my siblings. As we grow up, aside of helping our mother, we have to help our father on his work as a guitar maker during weekend. We are all disciplined because we have a very strict father. My father raised me with the mindset that I am the eldest, and he expects me to be one who will help the family to get out from poverty. Why? Maybe he just wants me to be strong and be a fighter in life. My father showed me his courage to survive for our family. Sometimes, I saw the tears in his eyes that he's trying to hide on me. I know, deep in his heart, he don't want his children, especially me, to endure hardship. It's just because we don't have enough for a living. I took the leap of faith with a hope in my heart that life could be better. I worked in the Middle East for 7 years. I experienced unbelievable situations, such as eating food from garbage just to survive, being locked in a room for 3 days, slept directly on the floor, working with unpaid salaries, run away after being sold to other employers, and barely escaping violence assault that broke my heart. There was a Bible verse that helps me to conquer at Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. I am grateful to God that I was hired by a good employer. This position helped me saving fellow domestic helpers who also experiencing horrible and difficult situations like mine. Looking back of those horrible situations I went through became life testimonies, inspiring one soul at a time. This makes me more eager to share my story in the community, to inspire and motivate others, to the world to hear it, and be part of a bigger purpose. I am amazed to witness that my story has the power to touch the hearts of others and make them realize that even if we are migrant workers, we have the right to be treated fairly and respected. After my journey in the Middle East, I took a vacation in the Philippines for a few years. Then I came back to work again as a migrant worker here in Hong Kong. I can say that on my first employer that I am so lucky because we built harmonious relationship. In fact, I finished 2 contracts before they migrated to another country. Sadly, things have to end, and I need to embrace changes. I got a new employer. During my interview, she was so kind and offered me a higher salary. I am so happy and excited to this opportunity, thinking that I am in a good hands. But I am wrong. I was maltreated, discriminated, and humiliated. I didn't expect that she has this kind of attitude, rude and bully. She blamed me for things that I don't have control over. Sometimes she wanted to force me to sign a letter which I don't agree on. And because of that treatment, I felt bad and pitied myself. I have no one but God praying to give me strength, guide me on this kind of trials, and protect me. After 6 sacrificing months, I broke my contract to get back my self-respect and save my sanity. I am so scared of my decision. But God is so good on me. He blessed me with a new employer that let me work on my own. Yes, I have many tasks to do, like doing household chores and taking care of children. But they treat me well. After those horrifying experiences from my previous employer, God healed me through this current employer. They treat me with all decency and help me financially when needed. As a matter of fact, I am on my 7th contract. The more contract to sign is the more blessings to come. If you're in a situation that you're not treated fairly, don't hesitate to change your environment. Yes, you need work to provide for your family, but you also need to take good care of yourself. Be brave and keep going. Never quit, because you'll never know what beautiful things are waiting for you. If you're struggling, it doesn't mean that you are failing. Maybe it's just redirection of greater things ahead of you. So, to all of you, my fellow migrant workers, dreamers and fighters, carry with you the love, the wisdom, the determination of those people, of your loved ones. Just as I carry my parents' love, I keep their words in my heart and become my anchor when I face storms. I am truly grateful of their words of encouragement. And those words they left behind will remain in me forever, no matter how hard life is. Don't give up. Remember that. I am Cecil Morales, encouraging you to achieve your goals. You need to fight. You need to be brave enough and never give up. Mabuhay ang mga OFWs! Mabuhay ang mga bagong bayaning Pilipino! Mabuhay! Thank you.
In her first time, she loves photography. She is actively affiliated in Pinoy Impact Community, Hong Kong. Today, she will deliver her speech entitled, "The Power of Discipline." Join us to give her a round of applause, "The Power of Discipline." Leonora Leonosto. The Power of Discipline, Leonora Leonosto. Thank you.
How many of you promised to start that project, stick to that workout routine, or finally commit to that diet, only to find yourself stuck in the same loop of excuses and delays? Raise your hand if that sounds familiar. Yes, me too. Let me take you back in October 2022. I started investing in the stock market without knowing anything about it. It was like learning by doing. It continued for a year until I made a decision that would change the way I approach investing. I enrolled in bookkeeping course at the YMCA last year, January. Why? Because I wanted to get better at reading financial statement, understanding cash flows, and ultimately picking the right stocks. I realized if I could master bookkeeping, I'd have a powerful tool to evaluate companies more effectively. No more guesswork, just solid data-driven decision. And every time a lesson ended, I'd walk away with the homework on top of my housework. One midnight in that year, panic hit me like a brick. My bookkeeping homework due in 8 hours, still a blank document. What did you do? You had weeks, my own voice whispered in my head. Was endless Facebook scrolling worth it? What about your goals? What about becoming a smarter investor? Regret burned in my chest. I have no one to blame but myself. With a shaky breath, I wiped my eyes, opened the document, and started writing one stubborn line at a time. That night, I made a promise. No more excuses. Discipline is the price of mastery. It will be a challenge, but a chance to grow stronger. As a domestic helper, I refused my job to define me. While I worked hard for others, I worked even harder for myself. I took bookkeeping courses every Sunday. I learned how to drive, gripping the wheel like it was my future. I picked up the camera and captured beauty. Proof that I am more than my job. As Jim Rohn said, work hard on yourself than you do on your job. Because no role, no title, no paycheck get to decide how far you grow. Yet, that night, drowning with stress and regret, I saw how my procrastination threatened to derail my dream. I vowed to change. That was the start of my journey to self-discipline. Before I got self-discipline, I was stuck in a bad habit loop. I procrastinate, go for quick pleasure and avoid hard work. Why study, work out, or build the skills if I could just watch shows and scroll on Facebook? My dreams felt impossible because I wasn't doing the daily stuff to bring closer to them. Turns out that I was my own biggest problem. No focus, no plans, just wasting time and regretting it later. To me, self-discipline just means choosing what helps your goals, even when the lazy option is tempting. It's a quiet post saying, keep going, even if you don't feel like it. And it's not about being perfect. It's about trying again and again, even when it's tough. Self-discipline was my rebellion. I stopped making excuses. I should have on time. I cracked the books, passed the test. I gripped the wheel, earned my driving license. I picked up the camera and captured souls. And every promise I made to myself, I kept it. For the first time, I actually felt proud of myself. It was like I'm getting somewhere. No more guilt, just real progress. So I began micro habits. Just 10 minutes of reading daily, a 5 minutes workout at the park. No gym, no excuses. Once a single driving lesson weekly, staring towards freedom. One photograph a day, I found beauty in the ordinary. These tiny wins kept me moving without stressing over perfection. It's okay to struggle. The key is keep going without giving up. I have a planner, and I put everything in it like a control freak. Later wasn't a thing anymore. I shared my goals with my bestie, so I couldn't chicken out. Accountability works. Ladies and gentlemen, my journey isn't a grand gesture, but a daily choices. Small, consistent step that build the life I once only dreamed of. I want people to remember that change doesn't happen overnight. And it doesn't require perfection. It starts with a single decision to try, to keep going, to persevere, even when it's hard. My friends, I invite you to close your eyes and think of the promise you made to yourself. Feel it. The dream you've been chasing, it's yours. The pride, the freedom, the unstoppable you. Now open your eyes and congratulate the person sitting next to you. Great job. Great job. Because I believe if you put the work, the discipline, the sweat, the late nights, victory isn't coming. It's already here. Thank you.
Today, she will be delivering her speech entitled A Great Dreamer, Embracing Challenges for Success. Ladies and gentlemen, let us give her a warm applause. Idina Buesa, a great dreamer, embracing challenges for success. Embracing challenges for success, Ms. Idina Buesa.
Have you ever dreamed of a glamorous life? Traveling the world, owning a big house, living like royalty. I certainly did. In high school, I imagined waking up in a salt ship, sipping coffee on a balcony where overlooking scenic paradise. But reality had other plans. Turn out, my big house was a shared toy. My royal piece was instant noodles and instant coffee, and my grand travel consisted of navigating the crowded city buses. I'm talking about my glamorous life in Hong Kong. Life doesn't always go as we expect. Despite excelling in school and trying to be a good daughter, my rebellious nature often led me astray. My mother warned me, focus on your studies or you will face the consequences alone. Did I listen? Of course not. I thought I knew everything until life taught me otherwise. Years later, my mother's words came true. I chose the wrong path, made impulsive decision, and became a mother at a young age. To make my long story short, from 2007 to 2009, I worked abroad as a domestic helper. When I returned to the Philippines, I tried to start a business, but it failed. Without knowledge of how to handle business, I felt like a failure. Then came a painful lesson in 2010. A childhood friend's christening party as I mingle with guests, laughing and catching up. The host confronted me. Hey, you! Stay away from my visitor. You don't have the right to socialize with them. You're just a domestic helper. Ouch. I felt like emotional slap on my face. If you were in my shoes, what would you do? I stood there, tears welling up, before finally saying, you don't know me. I may be a domestic helper, but I haven't hurt anyone. Who are you to judge? I walk away devastated, call my older sister and cry. Ate, why do people treat me this way? And she offered the best advice. Ignore them. They don't know you. Cry if you must, but don't let anger consume you. Prove them wrong, not with revenge, but with success. Choose kindness. Be better. And with her words in mind, I got to work. I moved abroad again, trying the one-day millionaire lifestyle. Because who doesn't love spending like royalty after payday? Buying unnecessary things? Wow, see, great. This is nice. Got it. Friends, come over here. I'll treat you. Boom! I had nothing. But my sister reminded me, you're not getting younger. If you keep these things up, you won't achieve anything. That hit hard, so I stopped spending recklessly and started saving. secretly. Opening a bank account, learning about financial literacy, and listening to community mentors. I even bought house and lot back home without telling anyone. Wow, Adina, is that you? Imagine, my family was shocked when they found out I wasn't just working, I was thriving. But remember, we're not rich. So I learned and changed my spending habit. I don't have multiple sources of income, just my salary. But I learned a crucial lesson. It's not about how much you earn, it's about how wisely you manage it. Budgeting can feel like extreme sport, but I remind myself, no worry, you can make it. When the right time comes, your hard work will pay off. Today, I stand here proud, proof that migrant workers can succeed, proof that challenges don't define us, our resilience does. Happiness is not just about achieving your goals, but the sacrifices we make. As I reflect on my journey, I see how far I become. Over the next 5 to 8 years, I envision continuing to grow, setting priorities, and creating a solid plan for my future. Living with my own house, starting a business, and achieving financial stability. So, what are your dreams for your future? Will you let your struggles defeat you, or you will use them as a fuels to rise? The road won't be easy. There will be setback and rejection. But if you persist, focus, and refuse to give up, your success story is waiting to be written. Dream boldly, no matter how tough it gets. Because in the end, it's not just about achieving your goals. It's about proving to yourself that you were always capable. Ladies and gentlemen, let our dreams become reality. Use our setback as a stepping stone for success. Let inspire others while being inspiration to ourselves. Together, let ensure in this journey that we call life, no one left behind. Now, I invited everyone to join. Please hold the hands of the person next to you. Smile and say, let's chase those dreams together.
Today, she will be delivering her speech entitled Warrior Spirit, Embracing Strength and Hope. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Josie Alvaro, Warrior Spirit, Embracing Strength and Hope. Warrior Spirit, Embracing Strength and Hope, Josie Alvaro.
Guests, co-founders, mentors, friends, and members, good afternoon. Have you ever cried quietly, alone? The kind of cry where no one sees you, no one hears you, but your heart feels so heavy and you just want to give up? I've been there many times. But look at me now. I'm still here. I'm still fighting. And that's what I call the warrior spirit. I didn't grow up with much. As the breadwinner of my family, I left home early to work abroad. It wasn't easy. I faced hard times. I failed many times. I felt alone. But I kept going. Then came a battle that changed my life forever. Kring, kring. It was my cousin on the phone who is about to go to Korea for work. She's asking for help because it is her first time to work abroad. Hello? Hey, don't worry. I have someone who can assist you there. I will give you my fiance's telephone number. I'm sure he can help you. We've been long years together. We're trying to have our own family. Everything was settled and prepared. But destiny tested our relationship when he met my cousin. I trusted them, but what I didn't know was behind my back, my cousin and my fiance were secretly having a relationship. And that broke my heart. I treated her as my younger sister. I felt betrayed. I felt like my whole world fell apart. The people I trusted the most were the ones who hurt me the deepest. If you were in my shoes, could you really forgive and forget those people who betrayed you? People often say, just forgive and forget. But let me tell you, it's not that easy. The pain was real. But I've learned something important. Truth is like a surgery. It hurts, but it heals. And lies, they may give short relief, but they leave long pain. Just when I thought things couldn't get worse, I braced myself for recovery, only to find another battle waiting around the corner. Just a few years after that battle, I was told I had stage 3C breast cancer. I suffered more than a year and lost my left breast. It was one of the darkest days of my life. I asked God, why me? But I also held on to Him with all my strength. And I realized something. The betrayal broke me. Cancer tested me, but God made me stronger. And I'm a survivor. How? Let me share this with you. Survivor. S. Stand strong in the storm. Don't let it break you. You understand your worth. You, mother, are rise after every fall. V. Value the journey. Even pain has a purpose. Trust the process. I. Invest in faith. Hold on to your belief in God. V. Voice your truth. Share your story. Your voice can inspire others. O. Overcome with courage. Face your battle with strong faith. R. Reflect God's love. God loves you. God uses the peoples around us. And I'm so thankful to everyone who prayed for me, to my family back home, to all my friends who are here to support me. Filipino Migrants Cancer Support Society, Social Justice for Migrant Workers, Filipino Image Society,
and most especially to my previous and current employers who supported all the way. Thank you all so much. Friends, you may be facing some battles, and you know what? Warriors are not those who never cry. Warriors are those who cry, but they still fight. It's okay to fall, but don't stay down. Rise again. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. Tell yourself, I am a warrior, and I thank you.
It is my distinct pleasure to introduce our next guest speaker who will inspire us with his resilience. He is a seasoned professional, having dedicated 13 years as a senior engineer at Flex in Zhuhai, mainland China. His talent extends far beyond his engineering work. He is also a dynamic communicator and a proven leader. He served as an area director at Toastmasters International in District 89. And most impressively, he is the current Division R International Speech Champion. He has a beautiful family. He builds a life at home with his wife. Also an excellent Toastmaster and our mentor, Joy, with their 2 beautiful children. It is my honor to welcome, and please join me in welcoming our special guest speaker who will present the title, speech entitled Bounce Back. Let's welcome Engineer Michael Randy Sumalinog. Bounce back, Michael Randy Sumalinog. Let's give a big round of applause again.
All of us are like this ball. The air inside is our experience. The floor are the challenges in our lives opposing us. I believe we can always use our experience to bounce back and reach our highest potential in life. Ladies and gentlemen, a few months ago, I turned 25. Would you believe? Actually, 25 times 2. Yeah, the big 50. But don't call me old. Call me experienced. This ball, we all start with a small one. And we can feel it with the good and the bad lessons in life. The good lessons, they come easy. Well, the bad lessons, the failures, the challenges, the rejections, how can we use these things to bounce back? When I was 9, we had a neighbor who was a little older than me. This cute girl became my very good friend. One day, I don't know why, but I felt the urge to pick up some roses on the sidewalk. I quickly gave the flowers to her. She took it, smiled, and ran away. At that moment, I felt like winning the lottery. Cupid shot an arrow to my heart. But he missed her heart. After that time, she did not talk to me for 1 year. Now, I believe it was my first rejection, my first heartache. Do you remember your first heartache? As I grew older, the heartaches became bigger. Not only with love, but also with family and friends. You see, relationships can be complicated. Still, I learned it's always better to try, to open up your heart to someone. Our relationships are our source of happiness, confidence, and sense of belonging. I remember a saying, being loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone gives you courage. My lesson of rejection can still be a lesson about love. My experience ball got bigger, and it helped me bounce back. Just out of high school, my dreams were in front of me. I wanted to be like my uncle, who was a captain in a big ship. He was handsome, he was rich, and he would travel the whole world. At that time, I was handsome and nothing else. But before I can be like him, I needed to enter a special military school. After many difficult tests, I was able to get in. And I was on cloud nine that my dreams were finally within reach. First day of school, I was eager and excited. But I almost cried because they cut my hair very, very short. But my most unforgettable moment was taking a bath while the officers were counting 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wait, this is not my underwear. Hey man, I think that's mine. I can laugh at it right now, but it was difficult back then. We would wake up early in the morning, do a lot of exercises, and run a few miles. Officers would push us to the limit. One morning exercise, I hurt my foot, and it left me dragging my foot back to my room. I look around. Everyone was tired, hungry, and thirsty. I was discouraged, and I began asking myself, is this really the future that I want? I thought about it long and hard. Finally, I made the most difficult decision of my life. I decided to leave the school. For weeks, I was downhearted. For months, I struggled. Then one morning, I just woke up. Not only physically, but mentally as well. I searched and found a job in a restaurant. It gave my confidence back. I learned how to play the guitar. It gave my focus back. And I pursued another degree in a good university. It gave my future back. In life, we can chase one dream or another dream. My lesson of failure can still be about a lesson of perseverance and victory. My experience ball got bigger, and it helped me bounce back. Ladies and gentlemen, all of us have our own stories to tell and lessons to endure. Our experiences, it can break us, but it can also mold us, direct us, and inspire us. Believe that no matter what life throws at you, you can always bounce back.
Thank you for your support.